I'm Sai Chaitanya. Welcome back to my channel Sai Tech. In today's video, I'd like to talk about the IQ7 device. Is it the best all-round mobile phone to buy right now or not? So this is a question which was asked by a couple of subscribers, friends. For a long time, I'm getting this kind of message, as you can see, friends. And few of them, they are actually looking for my review in terms of saying this kind of IQ7 is a perfect all-round mobile phone or not. That is what this entire video is dedicated for. In this video, I'll try to include all this kind of aspect, which is a price, processor, display, camera, battery charging, software updates, build quality, connectivity. Let's see, friends, what are the categories in which the IQ7 is a perfect choice. So then you can decide based upon these options, is it the phone all round or not in your case. So because I do believe that phone should be having all these kind of strong points to become the all-round segment mobile phone to buy. So let's see, friends. First, let's start with the price. The price of the IQ7 it starts from 13,990, as you can see, friends. So if you use any kind of bank discounts, definitely you can get the discounts. But right now, this is the price exactly available in the Amazon website. As you can see, 31,000. It's kind of really expensive mobile phone, and you should not regret after buying that this device. Definitely, friends. So in terms of the price point, slightly kind of high, but definitely I'm saying that the phone is kind of worth for that kind of money, friends, because of this processor. That is what the next topic is, of processor. The processor in this IQ7, which is of Snapdragon 870 chipset, which is really good and which is really optimized and well performed in this IQ7 model. There is a Snapdragon 870 which is also present in the Mi11X and the OnePlus 9R, but IQ did manage to perform and utilize maximum of the 870 chipset. That is what this IQ7 is completely. So processor, in terms of the processor, I'm completely happy, friends. This is a segment where I can just close my eyes and I can just give the full marks for the IQ7 device in terms of the performance. So you do get the extended RAM capabilities, and even with the 95% of the storage full, as you can see, friends, right now 94% of the storage full, still I did not experience any kind of lag or any kind of delay at all. So as you know, I did install close to 200 plus applications. So yes, friends, 200 plus, I'm going to do that video very soon, installing 300 plus applications as well. So make sure to stay tuned for that video. Even after this intense testing, I still did not face any kind of problems and any kind of slowdowns in this IQ7 device. In terms of the performance, it's perfectly good and all right, but that will definitely result in a temperature increasing, high temperatures, and slightly more battery draining. These are the two things you need to remember in the processor. So next area, let's see in the display, what about the display? Is the IQ7 is kind of all round or not? I would say kind of 50-50, friends, because the IQ7 display is kind of AMOLED display that's perfectly good, and 120 Hz, there's no problem at all. But one thing is that the colors are really good and a bright display, 1300 nits, there's no issues at all. But some users, they are experiencing the green tint and even pink tint. So this is a kind of new problem I am seeing. The pink tint issue is going on with the display. So in this kind of problems, this is a reason I am saying to say 50-50 issue, because only few units are getting this kind of problems and few units they are not getting this kind of green tint and pink tint issue. And there is another screen flickering issue is going on so in this phone. So make sure to check these videos in case if you want to know screen flickering issue. I did compare with other smartphones. So in terms of the display only, I'm kind of slightly giving little bit marks, but not much, because of the only few units which are causing this kind of issues. So that is the reason in the display segment I cannot give as a full points. That is a problem. Only with a few units, friends, not with a complete unit. If you're lucky, you can definitely get the unit which doesn't have any kind of green or pink or any kind of other tint issues. So next, let's move to the camera. So in terms of the camera, what are the strong points and will it make the all-round performance? So in terms of the camera, friends, the only two things are really highlight and strong points for this phone, which is a video stabilization and another thing is a night mode shots. So these two are perfectly well managed in this phone. Apart from these two, so other are pretty normal when compared with other smartphones. I did not see much improvement, and this ultra steady mode is really the best stabilization which we got in this phone. It's perfect when compared with the other smartphone. That is what I did see the notice. And the night mode shots are another thing which is also the biggest advantage for this IQ7 device in terms of the night mode shots. So even in terms of the camera as well, I think this kind of phone records the 4K 60 FPS, and in the ultra stabilization mode, slightly I can give the performance as like all-round kind of things, little bit kind of close. Some people, they don't like the front cam, some people they did not like the back cam, but overall in my experience it was really good. Using the back or front doesn't matter, it's really great. As you can see, the front camera shots, which is perfect. So for me, I did not have any kind of issues in terms of the front camera when I'm trying to take the shots. Not much issues. Even the back camera looks really great in terms of the colors and even the wide angle lens as well. I'll try to upload the side-by-side compared with the other smartphones very soon. So in terms of the camera also, I can give the all-round as well. Next, let's move to the battery and the charging. So some phones they do have the really fast charging and less battery backup. Some phones they do a really great battery backup and less fast charging. But this phone is perfectly balanced with the battery backup and with the fast charging. So that is the reason I'm trying to give in this segment also full points, because you do get 66 watt fast charge, and it can charge within 35 minutes if you follow exactly my instructions. I did upload a video, friends. Just type in the YouTube how to increase charging speed of the IQ7 device. You can find my video. So type SciTech Guru in the search bar as well. So in terms of the battery backup, I'm getting about gaming continuously, maybe 5.5 hours to 6 hours. So 5.5 hours to 6.5 hours continuous gaming is possible in this IQ7 device. So next, let's move to the software updates. So in terms of software updates, slightly I'm worried, because so usually this is my first time using the IQ device and using the FunTouch OS and using even this brand at all. So I cannot give much updates on this software updates, friends, because right now I'm not receiving any kind of software update. Some of the users, they did receive the 1.72.8 or 1.72.9. I think maybe 3 days back they did receive this kind of update, but still my unit did not receive anything. So maybe I need to update manually. So in terms of the software updates, I'm not sure how reliable this IQ is. That is what a lot of users. So in this case also, I'm not giving that kind of points. So next, in terms of the build quality, there is nothing much specialty going on with this phone. So everything is pretty normal and looks normal, nothing much special. There is no 3.5mm jack as well. That is another biggest disappointment. So even the dual speakers are pretty normal. There is no Dolby Atmos, so you are getting really less volume, slightly less, but not much, slightly less than other smartphones. And you do have really good haptic feedbacks. Haptic feedbacks are fantastic. Yes, very strong haptic feedback. When that is what I like. For example, every time I will try to test in this way. When I try to use the phone, I'll try to hold the phone on the top side, then I'll try to type. If I feel any kind of haptics, that's a really good haptic. Some phones only they do at the bottom. Some phones they integrate a top and bottom. That's fantastic in the build quality in terms of the haptic feedbacks. No other issues. So next, in the connectivity. So connectivity is also another thing where I cannot give much points, because there are some kind of issues is going on in this phone. For the first time I'm seeing with the 4G plus aggregation and all those things. So if you're in the metropolitan city, and very good town, then you can buy this phone. You will not have any kind of issues. So no problem, friends. But normal indoor type of situations, you will be experiencing low signal modes in this IQ7 device. So for example, just I did upload a couple of days as well on the 4G place. So make sure to check this playlist where I'm trying to create comparing with the OnePlus Nord. So OnePlus Nord CE, which did receive four bands in my room, 4 bands in my indoor kind of condition, whereas the IQ7 did not even receive one 4G place, nothing at all. So in terms of the indoor kind of situations, this is not that highly recommendable. So I'm not sure if you go to office or maybe the indoor closed buildings. So I'm not sure how well the signal reception will be there, because that is the one thing which is questionable in this phone, unless you live in the metropolitan city. So that is the reason I'm trying to mention again and again. So the strongest points to buy the IQ7 particularly are processor and the charging slightly, yes, right now 32 minutes and 35 minutes, and camera ultra stabilization night mode strong. So remaining each and everything, there's some kind of problem as well, because the display has green tint and pink tint issue and screen flickering issues, and even the display has got 300 Hz touch sampling rate. That's good. And the software update is kind of questionable at this point. I'm not sure. I'll be updating after some months as well. And build quality, there is no 3.5mm jack here, and the connectivity, there are a lot of issues with the 4G place as well, and even the 5G band is only single band. So that is also another, a lot of users are really confused as a future-proof option. There is Wi-Fi 6 as well. That is another thing. So these are the complete review, friends. And overall, is it a kind of all-round phone or not? That is what question finally. I would say it's kind of all-round mobile phone. If you buy the phone for about maybe 30,000, if you try to use any kind of discount counts, and if you can get the price slightly less, then it can be all-round mobile phone. But you need to keep an eye on all the issues which I did mention. So try to keep an eye, friends. So these are my final conclusion, and it depends upon you whether all this kind of suitable or not for you. So if you leave this green tint and pink tint issues, if your device is perfectly alright, then you are seriously good, because you are getting really strong points for the processor, display, camera, battery and the charging. These are the strong points which the phone requires. And the next strong points are software updates and the connectivity. These are the two strong points which the phone is kind of questionable unless you use. You won't be able to know about the connectivity. So thank you for watching this video, friends. I hope this video might be giving some kind of clarity as well for the new users who are actually planning to buy the phone. And make sure to check the links in description to buy my use my links to buy the IQ7 device. That will be really helpful for me as well. So thank you for watching, friends, and see you in the next video. Until then, stay tuned. Bye.